Hey Christian, it's Tim here from Reese and Sons. Lewis, my son's on the video. Since I'm not going to see it, but going to see your mum, I thought just do a quick video of just a few of the basic things to do with this trailer. As you can see, just finished cleaning her and prepping her ready for the next hire. So I'll try to come up either Wednesday or Thursday to drop it to you, hopefully tomorrow. So basically, just come in, Louis. So basically, the trailer's made up of obviously the cooking pit. These things have got locks on them so that they don't fall out. You can lift them out at the back, but if you pull in and out, they come out. You don't have to worry there. Put all your meat on. These aren't counterweighted, so basically you just got to use your muscles. Locks it, makes it lock so tighter than the one that's counterweighted. So all the force is on it. This is a lift. So you just lift it up. Jam it in there, when you're finished, lift it up, 2 hands. Tell-Tru thermometers on the main pit and on the warming box. So this one's got a fire box and a warming box. So again, these ones actually can come out, so just be mindful of that. Basically just to put your trays in, keep it warm. This doesn't get any smoke, so it's not a vertical smoker. This gets about 140, 150 degrees, so it's perfect for just keeping food warm, man, if you're cooking for long periods of time. It's got its own chimney. Generally I just keep it shut, and unless it starts to get too hot, and it gets a bit of air out, but otherwise it's pretty good. Yeah, it's got a Tell-Tru on there. Your firebox, as you can see, very big. It's got 2 dampeners on the side, and then you can adjust the door, leave the door open as you want. I supply charcoal, as well as also heat beads, charcoal and firewood, so combinations of. So over here, basically what comes with it is you hook this up to your gas bottle. This chimney sits perfectly on the little 2 burner in there. Fill it full of heat beads till they're glowing hot. Obviously just be careful with all this. I supply the fire extinguisher, some safety gloves, and I'll also supply a couple of other safety pieces just to protect the fire area. This is the best piece that I own. It's called a Barbecue Dragon. In other words, it's just a little fan, and the fan's awesome for getting your fire started. It's got rechargeable batteries. I supply a set charge, and I supply the charger, and then it's up to you to just keep them charged. Best thing is to go and buy another 4-pack of AA batteries, and then you've got at least probably an hour's worth of blowing time, which you don't need. So it's really good. But basically it just clips on here. Point this at the firebox. The biggest thing is to realise the engine's at the back, and this is what gets really hot if it's near the firebox, as you can see here. So generally keep your hand on here, have a bit of a feel. If this is not getting hot, your engine's not, the little fan in here is not getting hot. But don't push it right in if your fire's right here, otherwise you just screw it, and they cost $60, which comes out of the security deposit. So just be careful with that, mate. All right, so pretty much stick that on there, stick that into there, and basically heat beads, fire it up. Throw your heat beads into here, throw a bunch of kindling in here, and I pretty much just, then once I've done that, is I just shut the box up, make sure this vent's shut, and fire this up full bore. And pretty much make sure your chimney's open up the top, and then basically I have got the pit up to temp in 18 minutes. This thing's blowing up. But yeah, so basically in 18 minutes, I've had the pit up to cooking temperature, so up to 300 degrees, and you know, it's that easy if you do it that way. If you sit here just using a normal fire, trying to get a fire going, it'll take you an hour and a half to get the pit up to temp. But basically, if you can, if you use this great little tool and then shut everything off, make sure that your dampers on the top are all fully open, then mate, it works an absolute treat. You can get the pit up and then keep it hot. It burns very efficiently. Don't be too scared of getting a little bit of white smoke. You know, everyone talks about, you know, clean burn, and yeah, it will burn clean, but mate, when you put timber in there, you will get some dirty smoke. And if you look in the US, mate, just about every pit runs dirty. They're using green timber all the time. Franklin uses green timber all the time, so mate, I wouldn't be worried about it. A bit of white smoke never killed anything that I've cooked, and I've cooked plenty on it. So basically, that's about it, man. So obviously use this. Basically, once it's up to temp, I take this off. I leave the vents open. If it starts to drop temp and you need some more heat, small pieces of timber. You feel like you've got to throw a big piece on if your fire's going down, but if you want to generate heat, it's small pieces of timber. So split up, I'll try and split some up as well, but split up some small pieces of timber and 2 or 3 small pieces of timber spaced across your fire will get the heat up quicker, and then you can build to putting in some bigger logs. But basically, yeah, that's just the thing just to remember. Otherwise, the reverse flow works extremely well. If you start during the mornings and stuff when you cook, generally there's not a lot of wind, but if you're by the coast like you are, you're going to get a sea breeze in the afternoon. A sea breeze will suck heat out of the pit, so basically your damper is really important in the evenings. And so what happens is you start seeing just so much smoke coming out of the pit, and even if you've got a fairly clean burn, you'll see that you start to just blow heaps of smoke out of here, and you'll see some temp maybe on this side start to drop a little bit, or your overall pit will drop a bit. So use your dampers. If you've got too much breeze, it's sucking too much out of the pit. So just you'd never obviously close it, but just experiment until you get the right flow over the top. And so if you've got 15 knots of sea breeze blowing, which is what you'll get up at Mountain Creek most afternoons, if you have that like that, mate, you'll have struggle to keep heat. You'll struggle to keep a clean burn because this will be sucking so much heat out of the pit. So just use that and adjust it, about halfway is good, and then just watch it. And if you've got billowing smoke, mate, just keep watching it so that you keep your heat in the pit. Comes with a spare wheel, which is obviously, for me, I'm dropping it off, and all of that. Firewood books will be full of firewood. The firewood box will be full of firewood. You need to keep the pits level, very important, mate. So if you've got a spirit level or whatever, keep them level, because if you tilt them towards the firebox, the fat that runs off half a dozen briskets or whatever you're cooking will run into the firebox. So reverse flows particularly are notorious for fat burns in the firebox. So you've got to keep it level so that the fat will drain into the middle, and there's a drain plug down here. You can just stick an old bucket or something under there. Generally you won't get too much fat out, but if you're worried about your driveway or something, then just stick a bucket under there to catch your fat. But basically that's it, mate. Any troubles, give me a call. Otherwise I'll drop it off. I think you've paid the security deposit, which is great. I just need you to send the driver's license, mate. Thank you for signing all the forms. I'll drop it off with your mum, with the timber, all the safety gear, with the Dragon, fire extinguisher, all that sort of stuff, just so you can be safe with it, mate, and enjoy it. Hope you cook up some great meat, and make sure you leave us a great review on Facebook, unless you have it really, unless the pit's bad. I mean, if your cooking's bad, I can't do anything about it, but the pit works, so enjoy it. Give us a good review, tell your mates, and we'll try and run a deal, mate, that your next hire you can have $50 off, something like that. So yeah, try and get your mates into it. All right, cheers, buddy. Thanks.